Igbo Mama no. Now that we have come to the end of the basics comprehensive Igbo language course, I want to give you an overview, a summary, okay, of all we did in this course. Okay, we started this course by a warm welcome. I welcomed you using Asusu Igbo. You see, something about Igbos that you need to know is that Igbos are hospitable, okay, and in everything they do, they always wish people well and they pray for others. An Igbo person would always pray for your good, for your growth, for your prosperity. So I welcomed you into the course, which helped us to lay a very good foundation and soften the ground for our learning. Then I now went over to, talk to you about why you need to learn Asusu Igbo, the importance of Igbo language, and then why we need to learn Igbo so that this world-class ancient language will not go into extinction. Asusu Igbo is very important. Apart from helping you to reconnect with your ancestry, helping you to socialize with Igbo speakers, okay, helping you to hear, read, write, and speak Igbo proficiently. It can also bring about job opportunities, okay, especially in areas that has to do with promoting Asusu Igbo. You can decide to be an Igbo language teacher. You can be teaching your children because, of course, if you know how to speak Igbo now, when you have kids or if you already have, you can confidently teach them without having to pay anyone to teach your kids. You can be an Igbo author. You can be writing Igbo books. You can be making Igbo videos. And when you go home, see, no matter where you are, okay, whether you are in US, Germany, UK, Australia, Korea, Japan, South Africa, Kenya, anywhere you are in the world, and you're an Igbo person, you have roots with Igbo. Even if you're in Jamaica, in Haiti, if you are a descendant of the enslaved Igbos who were the victims of the white man's slavery, one of these days you would like to trace your roots, okay? To find your way back to your ancestry, to reconnect with your people. So when that time comes, you need to know how to speak Igbo language. You need to at least impress your people to let them know that you are passionate about these people, about your people, and to show your passion and love for this race. I have learned Igbo language and you demonstrate it by speaking. I'm telling you, it's going to fast track your reconnection with your people. Okay, so there's so many benefits of speaking Asusu Igbo. Just like what you have, the benefits and the impact, okay, advantages of using English language, the same thing with Asusu Igbo. Okay, so next in the course, we looked at who the Igbo people are, their origin, okay, their biblical origin, and how we um, found ourselves where we are currently in eastern Nigeria. We looked at the historical background, the origin, the migration, the settlement, and the expansion of Igbo people all over the world. See, anywhere you go to, you must see Igbos. But our journey started from somewhere and is in line with that migratory, economic, and social factors that keep propelling us forward that led our ancestors, Gad and Eri, his son, to migrate all the way from the, the ancient location of Igbos in the modern day Middle East, that is around Israel. Is that migratory, that economic, that social expansion uh, factor, trait that enable them and help them to move away and get to the eastern part of Nigeria before they started expanding and giving birth and relocating and forming new towns and villages. Okay. Then next we looked at Igbo alphabet. The study of Igbo alphabet was the center of this course because remember, this is a comprehensive Igbo language course, the basics. So this is the foundational course that dwelled on the basics, the foundation, okay, the starting point, the building blocks of Asusu Igbo. You cannot learn Igbo language if you do not master the alphabet, the letters. So we dwelled so much on the letters. We looked at the 36 Igbo alphabet, ABD Igbo di iri atọ na isii, 36. We studied them. We now delved into the division of Igbo alphabet, the 36 Igbo alphabet. They are widely grouped into two, Odaume and the Bochume. Odaume are the vowel letters, okay? There are A, E, I, O, O, U, O. A, E, I, E. O, O, U, O. Okay? A, E, I, E. O, O, U, O. There are eight. Had asatọ. Then we have Mbochume. Mbochume are 28 in number. 28 plus 8, is it not 36? It's 36. Iri atọ na isii. Okay, so back to Udaume. Udaume are vowels. Mbochume are consonant. Okay, then within the Udaume, we have Odamfe and Odaro. Please don't be misled by the name. Okay, literally, Odaro means a sound that is heavy. Odamfe means a sound that is light. Okay, so but in contrast, Odamfe are the heavy ones, beginning with A. That is Odamfe. They include A, E, O. There are four. Then the are the Odamfe are the heavy ones, which I have already mentioned. A, E, O. Then the Odaro are the light ones. Odaro, the lighter ones. They are beginning with it starts with A, that is E. A, E, O, U, they are light. Okay. Then back to Mbochume, the consonant. There are 28, as I've told you already, but we have Mbochume Mpe and the Mbochume Nge. Within that Mbochume, there are 28 in number. The Mbochume Nge are the ones that exist singly. Nge means single. Single. So Mbochume Nge are the single consonant Igbo letters. Okay? There are 19. Iri atọ na iteghete. Iri atọ na itoolu. Okay? Iteghete, itoolu, itenani means 9. So iri atọ na iteghete is 19. Okay, they include letters like le, me, ne, se, te, ve, we, ye, ze, be, ge. Okay? K. Alright? Then within the same Mbochume, we have Mbochume Mpe. Those ones that are in pairs. We call them diagraphs in English language. Mbochume Mpe are those ones in pairs. There are 9 in number, including Chi, He, Kwe, Be, Be, She, Nwe, Nyi. There are 9 in number, Mbochume Mpe. Okay? Now, apart from teaching you about the alphabet, I focused on the sounds, on the sound. And in Asusu Igbo, there is this single letter that is very unique. The N with a dot on top of it. It is not N only, but I laid so much emphasis on that. And then I also told you that there are other two letters, M and N. That is and You don't open your mouth when you are pronouncing them. And That's why we call it udaimi, because it's expected that the air will flow through your nose and not through the mouth. Udaimi, okay? Or Miriodaume. The official name is Miriodaume. And They are called Miriodaume because they can function as Odaume. They can function as vowel letters and vowel sounds. Okay? So that's what we studied under Igbo alphabet. Then we now moved over to Odaolu. or akara ụda. Ụda olu is tone markings. Tone markings. Remember, asụsụ Igbo bụ asụsụ ụda. Igbo language is a tonal language. So the tones with which you speak a word can actually determine the meaning. And that's why when you pronounce words wrongly, you get to mislead the audience, especially if they don't understand you in the first place. But if you mistakenly um, mispronounce a word, okay, in terms of the sound, and the audience are native speakers and hearers, they're actually going to pick the error. For example, you see, Ike, Ike is strength, strength, but Ike is buttocks. You see, Ike, strength, Ike, buttocks. So if you want to say Adim Ike, I am strong, and then you mistakenly say Adim Ike, it's funny, and then people are actually going to laugh. Okay, they're not laughing because of the mispronunciation, but they're basically first going to laugh because you used Ike instead of Ike. And then remember, there are sometimes it's a taboo in Igbo culture to publicly mention the sex organs, all these private parts. It's a taboo in Igbo to say them publicly. We know they exist, but we don't say them out. Okay, as a sign of respect we have for those private parts. Okay, so if you say Ike, Ike is considered a private part in the Igbo language. So if you say Ike, so they are going to laugh because they know that it doesn't have anything to do with what you had in mind. You wanted to say Ike, then you mistakenly say Ike. So Odaulu, we have in Odalu, we have Odelu, the rising tone, Odala, the falling tone, then Odansoda, the one that is at the middle or the mid tone. Okay, so understanding them helps you to know when the voice should rise, when it should fall, and when it should remain at the middle. In the course, in this section, I detailed everything about the uh, akaroda or odaulu. Odaulu is the tone. Then akaroda are the markings. One goes up, another goes down, then one is flat. Udelu, udalu, udansoda. Okay, so that's what we did in akaroda. Then I now moved over to the functions of na in Asusu Igbo. Na performs four functions in Asusu Igbo. Okay, na functions as isi ngwa, verb root. It also functions as nyemaka ngwa, auxiliary verb. It functions as njiko, conjunction. Okay, and it functions as mbozo, preposition. So na has four functions. Na as conjunction, njiko. Na as mbozo, preposition. Na as isi ngwa, verb root. Na as nyemaka ngwa, auxiliary verb. So that's what we discussed in this comprehensive Igbo course, the basics level. Remember, there are other courses I've made geared towards helping you master Asusu Igbo. This is the basic level course. I have another course for the intermediate level, another for the advanced level, and then the fourth one for the mastery level. So each of those courses focuses on different topics and different areas of Igbo language and culture. So you have built a solid foundation in this particular course. Next thing you have to do is to up, move up the ladder. Take the intermediate level course, take the advanced level course, and take the mastery level course. I promise you that by the time you take all these four courses and take the practice test I have for you, and then join me on YouTube and TikTok where I teach Asusu Igbo. If you do all these, I promise you are going to improve on your Igbo proficiency. You'll be able to read, write, listen, and speak Igbo fluently. Okay? That's my promise. Nke a bụ nkwa m na-ekwe gị. Ngwanụ, ka ọ dị ka anyị afụrụ, mana anyị efuru. Ebe ọkụ nyụrụ, awụsa ọwa. Anụ gbanaghị taa, echi bụ nta. Ụbọchị nta, anyị ga-achụ n'Owerri.